Hey y'all, so you want to change your life and you want to rebrand and you want to become a new person. I'm going to walk you through some steps that have turned me into a completely different person within a span of like a year. But honestly, I feel like I've been working my whole life towards this. But hey, so the first question you need to ask yourself, are you completely fed up? Because you're not gonna be ready to take action until you're completely fed up. And then the next question you need to ask yourself, what aspect of my life am I completely fed up with? Is it my romantic relationships, my friendships, my relationship with my parents, my work? What aspect, how I look, how I feel about myself, what aspect am I completely fed up with? Now, one thing I will say, if you're wanting to become a new person, you have to give up something. Something has to be given up. So, in my aspect, I really wasn't trying to become a new person. I just knew I was fed up with the type of men I was dealing with. And I just didn't want that anymore. Like I was starting to get disgusted with the men that I picked. So I decided to go abstinent. And yeah, so you have to pick an aspect of your life that you want to change. You have to be willing to change it. And while you do that, you also need to find ways to feed your mind, body, and soul. You might ask me, Kennedy, what does that mean? That means, let's say, for your mind, let's start with your mind. Every day or every other day or however, maybe once a week. But you have to find out what works for you. I need you to journal. Journal how you feel. Journal how your day was. Anything that comes to your mind, you need to write down. Now, some other ways that you can feed your mind is by podcasts. Podcasts, sermons, if you're religious, anything positive. During this point in time where you're wanting to change your life, you might not be able to communicate with the friends that you have at the moment because those friends aren't on the same wavelength as you, or even trying to do the same thing as you. So you need to feed yourself with positivity because your friends are going to say, I like you just how you are. You don't need to change anything, but you know deep down inside that something needs to change. So you have to be completely fed up with the idea of staying the same. So first with your mind, you need to journal. You can read books as well. That's what I did. You can also, even on TikTok, if you're scrolling on TikTok all day, you need to be scrolling all the positive stuff, okay? We are not doing any negative talk. If you're cutting out men, maybe you need to stay away from relationship content and take a break from that. Now, the second part is your body. I think it is very important to take care of your body, whether that's how you eat, physically, what you're putting into your body, even as far as substances. If you know me, about a year ago, I was a heavy drinker and I was smoking, and I didn't realize how detrimental that was aiding to my circumstances. A lot of the times we are using certain substances to not make us feel better, but just to get us through, just to get us by. But when you are starting to change your life, you have to put in perspective all the things that you are using to make you be complacent with the life that you live now. Also, eating habits. The eating really does matter, guys. Like, you would think it doesn't matter, but it truly does matter. And then also physical activity. I think it's super important. Honestly, when I started with not having any sex, not talking to any men that aren't meeting my standards, plain blank, period. Even if I'm bored, even if I'm lonely, you have to cut it out. And you have to stand on 10 toes. Now, don't get me wrong. There might be times where you do fall back into the pattern, or you have a bad day and you hit the wood, or you text that man, but you hit the wood once and you get your ass up and you don't do it the next day, or you text that man and you don't go see him, okay? Just because you made the decision to change your life doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. You're going to get lonely. You're going to feel triggered. You're going to want to do the things that you used to do. The part that helps you change your life is not doing them even when you want to. So back to the body. So physical activity, find something that works for you. You might not like going to the gym, but maybe you like Pilates, maybe you like pole, maybe you like to take a walk. You need to find what works for you. And the only way you can find what works for you is if you try it, boo. Like, even if you tried it 10 years ago when you were a kid, you're different now. So you need to try different things. And then the third aspect is your soul. So what do you do to feed your soul? For me, I like to meditate in the morning. I like to pray if you're a Christian or whatever you believe in. That feeds your soul. You need to look at all aspects of your life and see, how can I make it better? It's really simple, but it's really hard to do. And like I said, even if you mess up, you just try again the next day. Like, it's really that simple. And with doing these things, ultimately, it will help you learn yourself. Also, I like to revert back to this song. Have you ever listened to Baby Steps by Olivia Dean? That's literally this how you change your life. Sometimes it's one little thing that you change that can make a ripple effect in all of these other aspects of your life. And then when you start and you change one little thing, you realize, oh, well, maybe I can do this. For me, it didn't happen all overnight. I decided I wasn't going to deal with men just because I was bored or just because I wanted something out of them. You know what I mean? Because, I don't be caring. Never mind. But that has nothing to do with it. But anyway, yeah. So when I did that, I had more time on my hands to realize, what does Kennedy want to do with her time? And then I was in an aspect and I realized, okay, well, I actually want to change how I look because I'm not fitting in my clothes the way I used to. So then I started going to the gym. And then when going to the gym, I'm like, this feels so good. This is an outlet for me. That caused me not to drink as much. And then with that caused me to figure out what are some other ways I can feel something that's not detrimental to my life. So then I got into functional mocktails. It literally is one baby step that can change your whole life. But you do have to be consistent. People are not lying when they say consistency is key, and you have to show up for yourself. Every day I go to the gym doesn't mean I give 100%. Like today I went to the gym and I was not feeling it. I did not go full out like I would usually or normally would do. But I showed up and I did get some type of workout in. And that's what you need to focus on. Focusing on you, and not even when you mess up, even when you don't feel good, even when you revert back to your old ways. You don't sit there and beat yourself up about it. You need to make it a learning lesson and then try again the next day. So, yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk to y'all. I feel like a lot of people make it overly complicated, and it's really not. You just have to try. You just have to try and make the effort. and keep trying, and don't beat yourself up about it. Give the grace that you would give to your friend, your siblings, your cousin, whoever now. But you have to give yourself grace, and you have to keep trying, and you have to keep showing up. And ultimately, when you start doing these things for you, you realize how nobody can treat you better than you can treat yourself. And the most important relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself. So I hope this was kind of helpful for you. I want to make it short and simple because who wants to sit there and listen to a 30-minute message? I mean, we might get there one day, but yeah, these are some little things that can help you change your life. But remember, find an aspect that you want to change, start changing it, feed your mind, body, and soul, and be consistent. Give yourself grace. And if you mess up, keep trying, babe. All right. Bye, y'all.